Well, I'm proud of our fight, first of all. We did the same thing that we did Wednesday night. We did the same thing we did Monday night. I believe we got down 3 times. The problem is you just can't live like that. You sure can't live like that against good teams like Murray State. And they got a very offensive club and just really play with a lot of heart and toughness. So I want to give them credit. But the 2 keys to a big inning on defense helping the other team is a walk, a hit by pitch, and an error. And we did that twice. We did it in the first inning, and then I believe we did it in the 8th inning. Had a walk, a hit by pitch, and an error. And they made us pay for them. And so once again, we come out on the losing side of it. Same conversation as we had on Wednesday, where we were fortunate to get by on Wednesday, but not tonight. I'm very proud of our fight. There's no question in my mind that these guys will play hard and they'll be into it. I would love for Ryan Geck to be up every single time with the game on the line, and he will be again. And thank goodness for him in the early going. But as we learn, we're still inside 10 games here. What we've got to learn is to eliminate. I thought in the first inning, we were just on our heels a little bit, and maybe for whatever reason, we dropped the sun ball in center, and then they hit a double, and then we have another error, and then we're down 4-0. Now it would have been easy for Jackson Wells to lay down right there, and he gets us to the 5th. All right, and that was key. I think he had 7 or 8 strikeouts after that. Okay, maybe more, and so 9 actually. Then Gage Haley comes in, and it's a 3-run game because we believed that we were going to come back, and Gage holds them right there. And just a couple of mental mistakes there in the big inning. But I thought the guys did a great job of just fighting back and taking the lead. And so I expect the whole series to be like that. You've got 2 clubs that are coached to play hard and to never give up with good approaches. And this is a great series for us to play this early in the year.
You already talked about Jackson and Gage, but just a little bit more about them, about their approach, especially Jackson after a rough first inning, but came back and only 3 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, and you were able to extend him. I'm sure with 5 games in 6 days, I'm sure that some of your thought process had to be to get as much out of him as possible.
Absolutely, and that's why Jackson Wells is who he is, and that's why Jackson throws for us on Friday. And that's what a starter has to do, is he has to either A, give you a start that puts you in a position to win the game, 6th, 7th, 8th inning, or he has to stay out there long enough to chew up some innings to keep the game within reach so that we don't go into our bullpen on Friday before the 5th inning. And again, that's Jackson's toughness. And Jackson made an adjustment very, very quickly. They were trying to ambush his fastball early in the count. They did a good job of it. He did not get any defensive help behind him in the first inning. And then he flipped to a different approach on the mound, started spinning him a little more early and then finishing hard. And that just shows what Jackson can do, even on a night like tonight where he doesn't go a complete game, 9 innings, and there will be nights when he does. But that just gives us a chance, like you said, not to burn our bullpen. And don't forget Beasley.
Yep.
Doing a great job of keeping it at 1 run. Mm-hmm. If we walk him off right there, well then, Beasley's the hero and gets the win because he came in and kept it at 1 run. Would have been easy right there for him to give up a double and they break it open. And then that was in the 8th. And then he comes back in the 9th and gets 3 up, 3 down. And we have the tying run on 3rd base and we have the winning run on 2nd base. And the key to a comeback is to get the tying run the plate. And we did that with great at-bats by Reed, great at-bat by Zach, great at-bat by Chaplin. We'll do that again and we'll get them. And I have no doubt in my mind. But we have a very tough schedule early, and that's by design. We have a lot of new position players, and that's why it's kind of Jekyll and Hyde, up and down. And that was the message to the team after the game was, man, once you guys start eliminating the extra out, instead of giving them 28, 29, 30 outs, let's limit it to 27. I feel like we'll be tough to beat. But we're in every game, and we're competing, and that's the first key. Now we got to execute.
Tell me a little bit about Angel finally getting in there, and I talked to him a little bit pregame. He was super psyched to finally be in the lineup, but did a great job getting on base.
Yes.
Saw a lot of pitches.
Yes.
What could you say about his effort?
Angel, he had, I believe, 5 at-bats, if I'm not mistaken, and 4 of those were quality. First at-bat, ground out to third. I think we still scored a run.
Yep.
The second at-bat was a fly ball to center field. I don't know how it stayed in the park. Then the third and fourth at-bats, I believe, were walks. And then the last at-bat was a line drive laser to right field.
We talked about that, the one he hit to center, how the wind had been blowing out all day.
If he hits it 30 minutes earlier, then it's a homer. But Angel has hit all his life, everywhere he's been. But God bless him, he has just battled injury after injury since he was 15 years old. And so you pull for that guy because he does everything the right way. He's a yes or no sir guy. He comes from just a hard situation to make it out of it. His grades are outstanding. He comes early, he stays late. We had a freak play in an inter-squad game where a runner ran into his elbow on a throw up the line, and but now he's back. And there was some juice and some confidence in the lineup with Angel being in there. Plus, he's a power threat, and he's a guy that can flip the game offensively in a hurry. And so we're just trying to get his at bats built up before we get to conference play.
2 more things, just real quick. You talked about power hitter. Jace finally got on top of one.
Big swing.
Sent one into another zip code almost. That was a big play at a big time to put you up 8-6.
Right. Well, we had executed the comeback. We'd gotten 2 shutdowns, which is when we score, we put up zeros. Great job by Gage and our pitching staff. And then Jace comes, hits a big blow, and the momentum is now in our dugout. And that's why Jace is in the lineup. Jace has power that can leave the yard any time. As soon as he starts more consistently flattening out his swing and not trying to create his power, we know that there's going to be more swings like that, especially as it gets warmer outside. Coach Parker's been doing a great job of just helping Jace remember to stay through the ball because Jace is so strong. He doesn't have to swing at a 10 out of 10 effort. Jace can swing at about a 7 or 8 and hit the ball out of any park that we'll play in.
Well, just to lead in a little bit to tomorrow, you've got Brody, who has had 2 amazing starts so far this year. What's kind of his headspace right now coming in with the momentum he's created?
What we love about Brody is the heart rate is extremely low. There is not anything that gets him rattled. He doesn't get sped up. And so as we set this rotation up for conference play here in 4 weeks, if you win on Friday, which with Jackson Wells on the bump, you feel like you're going to have a chance to win a lot of Fridays. And then, you leave the park going, okay, who we got? Well, we got Brody, and he's tough. He can do one of 2 things. He can flip the series and get it back to 1-1, or we can win the series with bunting. Also, I really like our pitching depth in the bullpen. And so there are guys down there that are still available that have done a really, really good job for us. And so that's the key to a weekend. 27 innings. We played the first 9. So now what will happen is if we can get their starter out early, get their bullpen, because the guys that we saw tonight out of their bullpen, 51 pitches, 64 pitches, and then the guy threw 4. So the 3 that they saw through tonight, you got to think are done for the weekend. Maybe they bring them back on Sunday for an out or an inning. I'm not their coach, and what they do is their prerogative. But conventional wisdom says that's two arms that you figure are some of their better arms since they were winning. And so it could be a battle of the bullpens, and I haven't seen them this year, but I know that ours is very, very solid. And if we can eliminate our mistakes, and I repeat, not give away extra outs, which we've been doing. We did it at Thibodaux, Louisiana. We did not do it at Monroe. We did it Wednesday night against Memphis and almost bit us, and it bit us tonight. But we'll learn.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Go Trojans.